Finally, the heat wave is over and I'm back to a normal eating schedule. Just on time for plyometrics and weighted jumps. Now, I recorded 3 sets of the plyometrics, the bend assisted bounces, and this was the first one. It was probably the weakest of the 3. Because then, as I was rewatching this, I knew I wasn't really pushing as hard as I could, and so I might consider this like an introduction of the real jump work. So I only did 2 real sets of that, but I'm going to be keeping that in mind for the future, for sure. And I was adding the upper body work in between the jumping sets. It's still assisted, but I wanted to be as fresh as possible for the next set, so I was doing about 3 minutes rest in between jumping sets, and in between I was doing some upper body work. Here, it's the weighted push-ups with an extra 5 kilos. I wanted to beat the repetitions I did on the last session, and I did 17 on the first set, and 15 and 14 on the second and third sets respectively. I only recorded 1 set of the push-ups and pullovers just because I wanted to keep the workout kind of short, and there isn't really much difference in between the upper body sets, which are more of a volume accrual day anyways. The only notable difference is that when I was doing the pullovers, I was doing that with a plate instead of a dumbbell. This is mainly due to laziness, because the dumbbells only go up to 10 kilos in this section, and then I would have to go and pick up another dumbbell from the other side of the gym. And I know it sounds lame, it probably is, but I couldn't be bothered. I took a plate and I was mindful of, keeping a bit of a bend. Now this is a set of bend assisted jumps with full intent. I was going as hard as I could, and I slowed down 1 rep because I wanted to track a few metrics here, which I think will be something to look at if I'm trying to improve these over time. So I was looking at ground contact time with the idea that I should be decreasing that time as I improve. Then what I called apex time is the time that I spend at the top, at the end of the ascending phase and before I start moving back down, and then just the total time that I spend in the air. And those times I would like to increase over time, basically. Since it's nearly impossible for me to track with any accuracy how high I'm jumping and also the amount of assistance that I'm getting, I'm thinking that looking at the times could be beneficial in improving those. And here I was finishing off with some weighted jumps. 2 5-kilo dumbbells onto a 45 centimeter box, which allows me to fully extend and still land with my legs straight. I was supersetting these with the low raises, but the main focus was on the weighted jumps. Again, getting as much intent as possible on each repetition. I did 3 sets. The first I was able to do 8 reps, and there was a bit of a clearance up at the top, so it was a good effort. On the second one, my 7th, I was kind of just scraping off the top of the box, and I stopped that set over there. And the third one, I just stopped it at 6 because I think that I should only be doing quality reps as high as possible. Good session, can't wait for the next one. Ciao.